Throughout an average year of college, the average student throws away 141 pounds of uneaten food. What if we could limit this waste? How could this benefit the community? And how could we implement a system like this at Iowa State? Through a student-ran program, we can create an organization that benefits the community through minimizing food waste and provides opportunity to those in need for adequate meals. The unused dining center in McKay should be used as a soup kitchen to serve excess food from the dining centers to students that need it. The amount of food wasted on campus dining halls is a huge deterrent to food preservation. To avoid this, the food waste can be utilized to give back to the community through campus-ran soup kitchens.
Recent sources indicate 33.7 million tons of food was wasted in the country of U.S. at the year of 2010, which in the state of Iowa, 266,000 are considered hungry. This had led to an increase in food stamps by 16%.
The United States produces enough food waste each year to feed 860 million people. This is more than double the USA population. And the more food we produce and then waste is a massive drain of our natural resources. And additionally, the byproducts of the biodegradation of this food waste can lead to toxic chemicals that we then have to deal with in the environment. As the cost of college increase at an almost exponential rate, students that come from lower income families have to face the decision of including school expenses or choosing lunch. In a 2014 survey of roughly 150,000 undergraduate students enrolled at 9 University of California campuses, they reported that 26% of these respondents chose other school expenses over lunch to save money.
Someone who works in the dining hall, specifically in the dish room, and his name was Ian Voss, and some of the topics we talked about were how much food is actually wasted in the dining halls, as well as if it, at the end of the day, if the food waste has extra work or implies extra work for employees.
I'm Ian Voss, and I work at the Memorial Union dish room during the week.
All right. How much food do you see wasted at the Memorial Union Court at the end of the day?
I see a good amount, mainly like cookies or chicken come to the dish room and we just throw it away at the end of the day.
All right. And then are you upset by how much is wasted or okay with it?
I'm a little upset because it's pretty much like good food just being thrown away and not being used, and it's just a waste.
And then would saving food help some of the workers from constantly taking out the trash, or does unwasted food not account for most of the trash?
I wouldn't say it's a huge problem like during the day, but at night a lot of food comes back and it fills up the trash fairly quick.
Do you think that food could be transported to, say, a soup kitchen type facility to be handed out to students who are hungry?
Yeah, I would think so. Especially if it's somewhere on campus, I think that'd be fairly easy.
And then do you think students would take advantage of the soup kitchen type service?
I believe so, because I know I sometimes don't have a lot of food at my apartment, and if it was somewhere on campus, and I'd definitely take advantage of it.
All right, thanks again.
An organization called the Food Recovery Network created over 300,000 meals from 390,000 and 840 pounds of food waste from campus. The whole idea of this program started when a couple of friends from the University of Maryland saw the amount of food being wasted at the dining hall. Through this observance and the students' ingenuity, the student-run organization was able to accomplish this feat by taking the leftover food and delivering it to soup kitchens. We propose this for Iowa State.
I talked to Michael Schwaderer, a food science major, who discussed the benefits of a soup kitchen at Iowa State. I was also able to discuss with Michael how this soup kitchen would be able to benefit student life. Would you be opposed to having an idea of a soup kitchen that would use the food that was prepared and not eaten, just that was about to be thrown away into a compost bin, used for soup kitchens?
I think starting something like that would be a good idea to help prevent more waste. It'd be a good way to use it for something other than just composting.
How do you think this would benefit the community?
I mean, it'll help feed a lot of people, so that'll be nice. And then, I mean, dealing with all the waste is gonna like cause more issues than if we were to feed more people. So I think that would really help.
Do you think it would benefit students that maybe have to skip out on meals, or students that can't afford it necessarily per se because of circumstances, that they would feel welcome to going into a place like that where they know they can get a free meal?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea for students that are have tight budgets. I mean, I know the meal plans aren't like the cheapest thing in the world, so I think it'll be a good way to feed everyone and give equal opportunity for food. I mean, around campus. So.
While Iowa State has tried to prevent food waste, they still have a problem with it. And one of the ways that they try to end food waste was by composting. In the year 2012, they composted 372 tons of food waste. While they were able to reuse the food that was wasted into a positive resource, it's still 372 tons of food that is not used for consumption. These statistics and opinions from individuals in this field, we look at how a system can be made from this. To implement a system, we look at the Food Recovery Network. The Food Recovery Network was founded in 2011 by the University of Maryland. They have 198 chapters throughout the U.S. and have been able to save 1.5 million pounds of food. So how they do this is once a week they go through all the dining halls and they collect all the food that has not been eaten but has been prepared. And then the students transport the goods to a local soup kitchen where they prepare the food to be eaten by those that are in need, whether it's those in the community or students. We can implement the same system at Iowa State. While it may not be perfect and it's theorized it could work here, it is a solution to solve the food waste epidemic that we have.
Alright, so to implement this service, all the uneaten food from the buffets will be diverted to the soup kitchen. In order to do this, we will transport all the meals that can be transported and stored into a refrigerator or be cooled to be transported. We will transport them and they will be weighed for a designated day. There will be a few things that we're going to limit, however. The first thing is to limit the days that it will be open. We'll probably only a few days a week, and also the hours it will be open. It won't be open all day, it'll be open only a few hours a day. And the other thing we will limit is the amount of punches someone can have per month, meaning how many times someone can go to the soup kitchen and eat. The advantages we have for this service is it provides a work-study opportunity for food science students. It gives adequate meals to people who need the meals. It reduces waste, and it connects Iowa State with the community. There's a few disadvantages of running a soup kitchen. The first one is the fluctuation in the amount of food that we will have every day, and the other is the cost of operating the soup kitchen. It's undeniable that there is a massive food waste problem on our college campuses, and Iowa State is no exception to that. Throughout the implementation of soup kitchens, this debacle can be addressed in a fashion that is beneficial to the community and its students.